Welcome back to Peak Speed Lab 164, the place where gravity and mass meet friction and the ramps decide the results. I'm Strick, and I'm bringing you, hopefully, some more die-cast happiness, or what I like to say, 164 scale die-cast happiness. And before we continue, I'm going to respectfully ask for you to subscribe and like the video. Hope you'll join us on this fun journey as we continue to work through the queue. We got a massive queue, but that's okay because the queue's for you. All right. Yes, the jokes, they don't get any better. All right. If you've seen the other videos, you know that. So let's do a couple of housekeeping things. We're back and made it back to the house. And wanted to touch base. We've got our second winner for the 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Okay, so that brings us up to, we've got both winners here. When we hit 70 subscribers, I had requested that the first two folks who messaged me on our Instagram page at Peak Speed Lab 164, no space, all lowercase, no other characters, with the word Hemi, that they would win. So that gives us, we've got Samurai_Global, and also we've got Abdullah.m.z. So that's the second winner. And so I know Samurai Global, the vehicle, as you know, is already on its way to you. You may have received it by now. And Abdullah MZ, hopefully, not hopefully, I should be able to get this mailed out here either tomorrow or Tuesday. So today is August 16th, 2026. We just got back from a little bit of a long weekend, but I wanted to get this next video because we are going to finish up the last batch of cars up to this point that have qualified here on the short form drag strip. But before we do that, one more shout out, since we're doing the VWs. I do have this for Coolest Metalis. Still haven't heard back from you, buddy. I'm holding on to this till I hear back from you. I need the rest of that address. I Instagrammed you with that request. Hopefully I'll hear back from you soon so I can get this mailed out to you, okay? Or shipped out to you. It's not going anywhere. I got it for you, okay? You want it fair and square. I want to make sure you get it. You won that Easter egg. I had a couple of Easter eggs. That was one of them. So other than that, all the giveaways, the Batmobiles arrived with the box set of that, and also the other vehicle that I sent out, the John Wick vehicle, has arrived. So I know that's the case. And what I do is I will let the folks know, the winners know of these different giveaways, that as the items have shipped, and I also provide the tracking number, right? So you can keep an eye on that. So stretch goal, as I've mentioned, is when we hit 300. I know that's a little ways off. I just looked as I got back. We're at 72 subscribers. So the channel's slowly building, and that's fine. I'm going to do this anyway because I'm doing this more for fun and to share my love of this 164 art form and engineering form in a lot of cases with you. And if you haven't been following yet, we are at 31 brands in the lab across 9 countries. So massive queue of cars to get through. They're going to be in bigger batches as we go, but let's finish up what we have. But hey, when we hit 300, again, a stretch goal, right? I'm going to be giving away this Mercedes 300 SL, the Elite 64 Hot Wheels in new, obviously, in package. As I've also mentioned in other videos, I do have all of the cars that I do in the giveaways. I do have the one of those cars, representative of those cars, if you will, in the lab. But I do acquire extras for the giveaways because, as I've said before, I'm willing to buy your likes and subscribes with giveaways, as I have destroyed our basement over there, which you'll see here in a minute, for your entertainment. So I'm going to hang on to this. I'm going to get this out to you, Abdullah MZ, I'm likely tomorrow. But again, I'll let you know when. So I'm setting that aside so I don't forget. Now, what do we have on the docket for today, folks? This is the last stretch. This is the VW. If you saw the video where these tasty, beautiful little morsels raced, or didn't race. Well, they kind of look like they raced, but we've got a couple different categories: rubber tire, plastic tire. So where they ran together, we're testing them together. So first up on the list will be the VW Classic Bug. This is the Silver Series, the vintage 1968 collection. This is the one that is where Coolest Metalis won the giveaway. I'm still waiting to hear back from, right? So very nice metal base, plastic wheels. So this should be pretty nice, but this is a Silver Series, okay? The next one up, this is, and that's from Hot Wheels, obviously. So the next one up is from Hot Wheels, Classic Bug from Drag Strip Demons. Now the name said Drag Strip Demons, but on the short form drag strip, I don't know that it performed all that well. But it looks pretty cool with the white and that sort of purple lavender-ish. I don't know that that's quite lavender, purple livery, right? Very colorful. So this will be up second. This one is in the rubber tire category. So that's, we don't expect that to run as fast as plastic tires. Next one will be another one from Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. The Classic Bug from, you know what? I just read this off. This is just this one is the VW Beetle. And this is from the Hot Wheels 8 batch. Okay. The Hot Wheels 8, which is a group batch. All silver. Looks pretty cool. And, we'll see how this one runs as well. So the next one, because I don't want to mess up here, we got 6 total that are going today. So I want to make sure I'm not losing track. The VW Concept 1 Convertible, right? Look at that. A lot of artwork going on in this one. Okay. The Convertible Concept 1. This one is actually from Matchbox. Okay. We've got another one from Matchbox, which is the Beetle, the VW Beetle from Peeps. Look at that. I do love a yellow car. The more I see, this I think might be the 4th or 5th yellow car that I have so far that I've tested in the collection, and something about the yellows on cars looks great. So there we go. This will be 5th up on the, I didn't even say what we're getting ready to do. The 1/64 scale quarter-mile drag strip. Again, over there, we got a beautiful day. So, if you bring your umbrellas to maybe have a little cover from the sun, bring your drinks, that'll be good. Last car up from Hot Wheels is the new Beetle Cup from the Night Burners set. Yeah, that's kind of a beefy looking one, right? Pretty beefy. Yeah, a little spoiler there on the back, which I'm kind of covering up, but there you go. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, we do all the unboxings I do before they enter the short form drag strip. And we do the moments of glory as they enter the short form drags, or at the end when we're done. But for these videos, once they've hit that and then we move on to the next one, I'll do like the shot of all of them together. So not a moment of glory on the lighted spinning pedestal that they've already had, but I still will highlight them so you can see what they look like all together. So I think that's enough administrative stuff. You know what's coming up. So let's meet me over. You guys have front row seats to to that 64 scale quarter-mile drag strip. It's right over there. I'll see you there in a sec. All right. We've got the first one here, the Silver Series, from the vintage 1968 collection. And it again, Silver Series. I'm expecting this car to run pretty well because so far a couple of, maybe I've only had 2, but I don't know. We'll see. This is run number 1 on the 1/64 scale quarter-mile drag strip. Let's see how she does. Very smooth. 5.46 miles an hour. Yeah, likely not going to be in the top 10, but it looked pretty good and ran smoothly. Let's see how she does with number 2. All right, lap 2 for the 1968 vintage Beetle. 5.65, a smidge faster. Well, see if she does any better on lap 3. Lap 3 for the vintage 68 Silver Series VW. 5.56. So pretty consistent run. Yeah, very consistent. Well, we'll move on to the next one. All right, the VW Drag Strip Demons is in its starting gate. This one is the rubber tire category, so I don't expect it to be as fast as plastic tires, but we'll see how it does on this 1/64 scale quarter-mile drag strip. Does it make it? Oh, barely 1.25. So much for being a drag strip demon. It was pretty slow on the short form drag strip as well. So, yeah, it is what it is, but we're going to run it 2 more times. Lap 2 for the drag strip demons VW. Oh, okay. So as we say, this just slid off. So it's going to get a second run because it's not about punishment. It's about performance. So we're going to give it another shot here for lap 2. All right. Second attempt. Lap 2. Did not finish. Yeah, that happens sometimes. All right. Lap 3 for the drag strip demons version of the VW. Did not finish again. Yeah. Not going to be a contender, but looks pretty cool. Very colorful. Got to say positive. All right, on to the next one. Yeah, check out that bad boy. Waiting for the starting gate. This is from the Hot Wheels 8 set, which had 8 vehicles in it, different kinds. Let's see how lap 1 goes. Woo! Okay. Oh, see, it feels like it. I thought it was going to be much faster, but after the last one, not quite there. I thought I was going to break the 7 mile an hour, but 6.1 miles an hour. Not too bad. We'll see how the next runs go. Lap 2. Hot Wheels 8 VW. Yeah, it looks like it's moving pretty good. 6.06 miles an hour though. Yeah, these cars, we got some pretty fast ones that are already in the top 10. So these cars got to get a little more hustle to them. All right, let's see how lap 3 goes. All right, lap 3. Okay, 6.07. Well, it had some pretty good, a little bit of heat on it, but I don't think it's going to get itself into the top 10 with that result. On to the next one. All right, the Concept 1 Convertible from Matchbox, and it's from the Daddy's Dreams line. I don't know that I mentioned that when I was going through them in the beginning. So we're going to see how she does with lap 1. Yeah, a little bit slower than the last one, 5.43 miles an hour. All right, Matchbox's Concept 1 Convertible from Daddy's Dreams collection or line, about to hit lap 2. Yeah, just cruising along. It's just chilling, 5.47. Lap 3 for Matchbox VW Concept 1 Convertible Daddy's Dream Set. 5.45 miles an hour. Yeah, not bad, but not top 10. Now on to the next car. All right, we got Matchbox's VW Peeps Edition. I'm trying to remember. This one I think ran pretty quick on the short form drag strip. But hey, we're on the 164 scale, quarter mile drag strip. So let's see what it's got. Woo! All right. That was, yeah, 6.62. It's getting up there. We need to start seeing some 7s, but not a bad first run. Lap 2 for Matchbox's Peeps VW. Woo! 6.60 miles an hour. On to lap 3. Lap 3 for the Peeps. I'm just going to call it the Peeps Mobile. I can't help it. It's just too fun. 6.44. Another consistent run, although I don't It's pretty decent, but I don't think it's going to get it into the top 10 though, but still a consistent run. On to the last car for this batch. All right, we got the new Beetle Cup from the Nightburners collection. We're back to Hot Wheels. So the last two cars were from Matchbox. This one is Hot Wheels for the wrap up the this batch. And the last car to run so far, the short form drag strip. Ooh, seems pretty slow, 5.21 miles an hour. Lap 2 for the Nightburners VW here. This is on the 1/64 scale quarter mile drag strip, and this car was the last one so far to run the short form drag strip. 5.1 miles an hour. All right, one more run to go. Okay, last run of the batch. And then we're going to be getting some new brands. Roll it in. Okay, 5.17. You know, it was moving okay, but not a showstopper. No worries. Let's plug this rest of this info. We'll figure out what the averages are and the scale speed averages, and meet me over this direction. Back computer side. Be there in a minute. Welcome back to Peak Speed Lab 164, the place where gravity and mass meet friction, and the ramps decide the results. So today, as you saw, we did the 1/64 scale quarter mile drag strip. And if you watched it, which I'm hoping you did, I'm going to go over the averages and the scale speed average. So first up, we had the Classic Bug Silver Series. This is Silver Series from the Vintage Club 1968 collection. It ran an average of 5.5566667 miles per hour with a scale speed of 355.62, 66669 miles per hour. So, you know, not too bad. I don't know that any of these are going to break the top 10. All the information of the final results will be in the details when you'll see not only the order how these cars performed, but also our top 10 rankings of both the plastic and rubber wheel tires. All right, so next up was the Classic Bug. Now this came from the Drag Strip Demons set from Hot Wheels. It didn't finish. It did one first lap, it made it, very slow speed, did not finish second laps 2 or 3. So, I mean, interesting that it's from the Drag Strip Demon set, but it did not do well on either drag strip so far. That's the short form drag strip and then the 1/64 scale quarter mile drag strip. Number 3, in the hopper, we have from Hot Wheels 8, the Silver Beetle here, which I think is pretty cool, all silver. The results, the average was 6.10666667 miles per hour with a scale speed of 390.826669 miles per hour. So, you know, not bad, not bad. I mean, anything I think at this point over 6 miles per hour with these cars is decent, but we're going to have to get up to 7, 8 for cars to end up on that. I was gonna say the podium behind me. Well, it's over this way with the top 10 for both plastic and at least for the plastic wheels. But the daddies, let's see, we've got the new Beetle. The Concept Point Convertible from Daddy's Dreams. The average 5.45 miles per hour with a scale speed of 348.80 miles per hour. Pretty straightforward. The Peeps from, this is from Matchbox. Okay. And then this one, the Peeps vehicle, again, from Matchbox. Okay. This one, 5.16 miles per hour and a scale speed of 330.24 miles per hour. Last one up for the day. And again, this was the last batch of cars that we've run on, that I ran on the short form drag strip. All cars have to go through that first before they get to the 1/64 scale quarter mile drag strip. 31 brands, 9 countries. Right now we have a few brands. So the next few videos are we're gonna start seeing these new brands enter the short form drag strip. So stay tuned. Again, you want to be subscribed so you don't miss out. You don't want to miss out on giveaways either. And hopefully you'll like the videos as well. Also on that note, before I talk about the last one here, if you have, suggestions of cars that you'd like to see, groupings, sets, themes, brands that you want me to kind of move up to the front, chime in, let me know, participate. This is a participation activity. Hope to see more of you commenting. I like seeing the some of the comments that we've got so far about some of these new brands and some of the cars and that kind of thing. So hopefully you all will engage with me. I'd appreciate it. All right, last card, the new Beetle Cup from Nightburners. Kind of chunky for, it feels like, right? Um, but it performed was 5.16 miles per hour with a scale speed of 330.24 miles per hour. So these cars all seem to run relatively close. I'm like looking back at these numbers, 300 something now, 3 to 400. But again, I don't think any of these cracked the top 10. We had one, I think, with rubber tires, and the rest were plastic tires. That said, we're going to still respect them. We're going to respect the people who made them, designed them, built them, all the stuff that goes into that inspired them, because this is fun. We're having fun. This isn't about punishment. This isn't about, oh, I can't believe. This is about having a good time. These cars are cool, great designs, great colors, all of that stuff. So hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But again, this is Strick with Peak Speed Lab 164, and I'm wishing you all a fantastic day, and it's great to be back, and I look forward to more videos with you. Okay, cheers.